So that whole Q&A thing, if you guys really have real questions for us, let us know. I may not be able to answer them all, but sometimes it's just...
Good morning from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Monday. It is 80 degrees already, gonna hit mid 80s, and I have not, and it's windy. Sorry about wind noise. I'm trying to avoid it. Not been doing videos for a few days, just a series of events that I'm just going with the flow out here. Yesterday rained all day long, and it bummed me out. I was supposed to go on a little field trip yesterday, and I was all loaded up. Well, let me show you. I was all loaded up to take some flowery goodness to another homestead, and I actually had my truck loaded. I left, I was driving, I got basically to the blacktop. It was raining so hard I had to stop for a few minutes. Then I drove a little bit further, and it's like I was following the rain. I had to stop for a few more minutes, and then I got to Danville, which usually is like 35 minutes away, and it had taken me an hour and 15 minutes to get there because it was raining so heavy. So I just canceled my field trip, and I feel bad about that. But so I've got to take a rain check, and I've got some irises, some daffodils, looks like a weed. Oops. 2 different types of irises, and I think I might have thrown some spider lilies in there too. But yeah, so yeah, it'll just have to wait, me sharing the flowery goodness. Hey Fifi. Yeah, this is my rain gauge. That's how much rain we got yesterday. Well, and the night before, but basically a day and a half, and we just got a ton of rain. So lots of mud around here today. I've also been dealing with computer issues, and so I've just gone a completely new direction. I don't want to turn my channel into me complaining about stuff all the time. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, my computer and a computer I put together for one of my neighbors, neither one of them, they're both mini PCs. The hardware's fine. I think it's the Windows updates, and there's just, so anyway, I've decided to make a move to Linux on that one computer and on my neighbor's computer. They don't care what operating system. And so that's been time consuming, and yep, a wise young man suggested that to me quite a while ago, and I should have listened. I've played around with Linux before, and just for that, that'll be my second computer that I do my browsing and all that stuff on. I'll have to keep Windows on my editing computer until I figure out editing software. Anyway, so I've been dealing with that, is you know, basically setting up 2 computers from scratch again, and an operating system that I haven't played with in a very long time. See, this is why I don't like doing videos on this kind of stuff, because I don't even want to hear it. Okay, what's on the agenda today? First thing will be to go around and kind of fix the fencing. After a heavy rain, it loosens up the soil where the fencing goes into the ground, and then it leans over or just falls over. So usually after a heavy rain, I've got to go through and readjust all the fencing, and that's what I'm going to do first today. I've got all the chickens are cooped up because I was planning on being gone all day yesterday, and then it rained all day yesterday. So now I'm going to get the fencing back up in working order. Oh yeah, and see, there's a limb. That's also, when it's windy, you'll get limbs that fly off the trees, and so yep, some chicken fencing maintenance, and then I'll let the chickens out. So that'll be the rest of my morning probably. This looks like it might be my last day lily bloom from this patch for the year. Yeah, pretty nice. I do want to give a shout out to Albany Mountain Homestead. Albany Mountain Homestead, give them another shout out. They were here last week, the whole family. It was a wonderful visit. And they had lent me their utility trailer that's been sitting in some of my shots. When the Self-Reliant Roadshow was here for supplies and all those long boards and drywall and stuff like that, and so they came to pick that up, and I was able to send them home with a bunch of wood chips. So, yay! able to at least give something back. It's not equal to all the help that they've given me cooking when the Self-Reliant Roadshow is here, the use of their camping trailer for over a week while the Self-Reliant Roadshow is here, and just thank you very much, Albany Mountain Homestead. I hope those wood chips work out well for you. Oh, the gladiolas took a hit in that storm we had yesterday. More volunteer sunflowers are blooming. This is very cool. Looks like number 2 is done raising the chicks. She'd rather be out free ranging. And she hasn't taught them how to get out yet, so I've been lucky there. Yeah, number 2 is just, I let her do what she wants. Well, except when she's hatching chicks. But yeah, she'll go back tonight, I hope. I think I finally broke her of the habit of roosting in the trees. That would be nice. But yeah, she's getting out, but none of the four chickens that she hatched are getting out, so far so good. That may be it for filming for this Monday, because I'm all hot and sweaty and it's time to go inside in the air conditioner and take her easy for the rest of the day. Yeah, I had, well, the chicken chores and the fencing, and then emptying the tubs, and then I rinsed those out. That's what I raised the baby chicks in, and so, yeah, and then emptying the wheelbarrow and the gorilla cart, and so, and then other tubs, and yeah, after a big rain, I usually have to spend a little while going around emptying stuff of water. I'll get my act together on that front one of these days. But those big tubs, I left them out on purpose so they would catch the rain, so it'd be easier for me to rinse them out, because those pine shavings had, you know, they cake on the bottom, and so yeah, you soak them in rainwater for a little bit and it comes right up. So, and then I just finished rinsing those off and we're good to go. Let's see. Oh, an update on work on the tiny cabin. It's, yeah, I'm not doing anything because there's not much I can do. Still waiting on the range hood to come in. And for that to then be installed, we have to cut a hole in the side of the cabin. I don't know how big the hole's going to be. I hope it's a smaller hole rather than a bigger hole. Yeah, have to cut a hole in the side of the cabin. Then electricity will need to be moved so that that range hood will have electricity. And then once that range hood is in, then we can put in the other 3 cabinets that are going to go on that wall. And so, yeah, there's not anything I can do on that front. What I could be doing is there's some trim that's been put up that has not been stained yet. So I could be working on that, but man, it's been so hot that the stain gives off fumes. So I really want to be able to open the windows and ventilate it, and I want to be able to do it first thing in the morning so that by the time nighttime comes around it doesn't smell so bad. And so I'm just I might wait on that until this fall when it's cool outside. I have no idea. And then, well, the next thing that needs to be done is the ceiling needs to be finished, and I can't do that by myself. Well, first we have to rip the boards to make them the right width, and they're like, what are they, 12 feet or 16-foot boards? Anyway, I've got a table saw and I just don't, I've never used one, so I would I like my fingers, so I'm gonna wait until wait until I've got some help on that. And then I would need help anyway holding the 12-foot board up and trying to hammer in the finishing nail at the same time. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not in any hurry. If you know, I've spent the last year and a half living in a junked out mobile home in one room of it, which is, you know, 9.5 by 14. And so, and you know, part of me is thinking I made a mistake trying to move into the tiny house because everything's just in the way. I should have bit the bullet and stayed in the mobile home until more work had been done in the tiny house. Well, especially the bed, because, well, if I hadn't moved my bed in there, then that back bedroom, we could have used it to stack all the trim and the cabinets that are lying around, and now I've got boxes of other stuff that I can't really put into use until the trim is up, and I've got shelving units and I can't put them up until the trim is up, and I've got my good computer and I can't you know, it's like doing everything 3 or 4 times, and that's just not that's not my cup of tea. So that's one of my pet peeves, is shuffling things around multiple times. I figure, hey, it can stay there until it finds its place. So that's been my philosophy. I don't have a ton of excess energy to be expending shuffling things from one place to the other every day to do stuff. So yeah, I might have made a mistake moving in too early, because there's still a lot. There's another electric outlet that needs to go. That wall, that little half wall in the kitchen, that needs to be pulled apart and put back together. And so, yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that it would have been a lot easier to do if I hadn't moved in there and started putting stuff in the way. So, yeah, I'm not using the dishwasher yet. I can't use the cabinets yet because, you know, well, especially that Lazy Susan, that's not, it's already slanted, so that's going to have to be leveled. So I don't want to put stuff in there and then have to take it out later when we work on it again. And so yeah, it's gonna take a while. The cabin is not done. It's not gonna be done for a while, and that's cool with me. I know there's some haters out there already leaving nasty comments about I'm already trashing the tiny cabin because it's already cluttered. And dudes, man, I don't understand people that have to go negative like that. I haven't even moved in yet. It's not even done constructing yet. You're already insulting me? Come on. That's no fun. Why do people have to be mean to other people? There's just no reason for it. You know what? You hate me? Fine. I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone. Deal? What's wrong with that? If you can't live with that deal, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But we all have the choice to move along instead of spreading hate. So that would be my message to the haters out there. Just move along. Don't spread your hate. Well, the world doesn't need it. The world does not need your hate. And with that, I will leave you. Thank you for everything, everybody, and take her easy.